Hey everybody, James with Love My Pups. So Q&A session. Alright, so somebody's asking here, she's done 4, but she's trying to get a dog pregnant. She's trying to get her timing right for her for her AI, artificial insemination. She's already done 4 tests, and this morning it's a 4.8. And the vet said to come back in 3 days and test. Well, first thing is, no, the vet's wrong. You don't want to do that, you'll miss it. So, the general rule is from day 0, first signs of blood, through day 5, the number is typically less than a 1 on a progesterone level. Then at day 6, it goes up 1 point a day. So day 6 is 2, day 7 it's 3, day 8 it's 4, day 9 it's 5. That is ovulation. The dog should be bred 2 days after that. Day 10, it is gone up a lot. It's an 8. And day 11, it's a 15. It almost doubles. And day 12, it's like a 25. So this is when you do an AI. This is when you do a surgical. You do a surgical a day later because it doesn't have to travel. All the sperm is directly put into the uterus. It does not have to travel all the way up the vaginal canal. So it's a day later. But the important thing here is when you first... Tests are expensive. To do a progesterone test is going to cost you somewhere between a low end of $50 and a high end of probably $200. It's a pretty good spread, the cost of a progesterone test. They have to draw blood for a lab test. At least 50% of the vets cannot do the test in office and they have to send it off to a lab and you don't get the results till the next day. So that's important to know as you get close and you're going to AI this dog. You don't want to get the results the next day to say you should have bred yesterday. Okay, so when do you do your first test? Well, this is the dog that's got first spotting of blood. And this dog typically has got a pretty good blood flow, pretty good amount of red blood until it starts to ovulate. So for the first 8 or 9 days, we've got an idea what's going on. And then about here, the blood starts to turn a pinky vanilla-y color and it starts to lighten up as we go here. Most dogs, this is not all dogs, lightens up. This is most dogs, and also not all dogs ovulate at day 9. So that's part of the process. So when should you start testing? Well, you shouldn't test until you're about day 7. Don't test here. Don't test. Do not test. It's a waste of money. The vet's going to tell you to come in every day. Hey, they love it. They're going on vacation. They want some spending money. Don't test. It's not very meaningful to get a number back. You know, in the first 5 days, the number is less than 1. It's not very informative. So typically, I tell people to start doing their first test around day 6 or 7. Possibly sooner if you're coming up on a weekend and someone's got to ship semen. You don't want to get the results on a Saturday and realize that you should have shipped. So if you're getting your first test is going to be a Saturday or Sunday, then you might roll it forward to Monday, you might do it Friday. But just remember, it sometimes takes 24 hours to get a test. But the answer here is this person did 4 tests to get to this point right here. They did 4 tests. They're right here. They got a 4.8. They've done 4 tests. They've spent $400. They spent $400. They should have done 1 test. They should have spent $100. That's the answer. Then as you get closer, you may need 1 more test, possibly 2, to narrow in on these numbers. We want to find out the 5 and the 8. If we can get those numbers, we know what's going on. If we're at a 50, we need to breed right away. So the point here is don't, vets will say, oh, come back tomorrow after giving you a test of a level of 1. That's just ridiculous. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You need to, obviously we don't want to, hey, if you've got tons of money to burn, go ahead, take them in every day. But if you're like me and the money side of it is important, then honestly, do your first test about day 6 or 7, get the numbers from there, and then know when the next test is to try to narrow in on that level of 5 through 15. Signs of pregnancy. How do I know my dog's pregnant? Well, so what are the signs of pregnancy? The first thing that you will see is possibly morning sickness. So that might take somewhere between a week to 2 weeks, where you might see a dog that's off its food, might be throwing up a little bit, might be a little bit more resting than it normally is. The second thing that you'll typically see is the nipples will start to get bigger. So you see elongation of nipples, nipples enlarge. That is much easier to see in a dog that's never been bred before, because typically their nipples are very small, and so you can see an elongation of these nipples. So typically you'll see that day, somewhere around 4 weeks, that might become evident. Then after that, you're going to see, a bigger tummy. So tummy gets bigger. So tummy's bigger. And this is a difficult one because with a dog that's got lots of puppies, it could show up by 5 weeks. And a puppy that's got a single puppy in it, it may never even show up and get you caught out of guard where you think that the dog's not pregnant, but in fact it does. So what do? Well, you can do a relaxin test for pregnancy, and you can do that at about 3 weeks. And I sell those tests, they're not very expensive. You can do a relaxin, it has to draw blood, do a relaxin test. You have to draw blood for that, and the results are in 10 minutes. You can do an ultrasound, I would wait till 4 weeks. I don't do any of that, I wait until I'm a week away from whelp, and if I know the dog's pregnant, I don't worry about it, I just go in and time my C-section correction and have puppies. If I don't think the dog's pregnant, then I will go in and have a radiograph or an x-ray done 5 days before whelp, just to make sure that there really aren't any puppies present, that there's not a single puppy in there. I don't want to get caught short. I'll tell you, well, no I won't. I was going to tell you a story, but it's not a very nice ending. So it's not for me, it was for somebody else. But basically somebody had thought their puppy wasn't pregnant, had an x-ray done, it didn't show there was a puppy in there was a puppy in there. They got caught short in the middle of the night, went to an emergency clinic to have a puppy delivered that was dead, and it cost them $6,800. Don't want to get caught out in that situation. Blue and tans. He's got blue and tans. Oh, breeding a blue and tan to a lilac, what will I get? Okay, so we've got a blue and tan. So we're going to assume that this dog, we know it's little d. She didn't say anything about chocolate, so we'll assume it's not. We know it's tan points, so it's ATAT, could be ATA, and we can assume then because it shows tan points that it does not have brindle. What do you get? So a lilac dog, little d, that is little b, what do you get? So we don't know anything about the tan points, so we're not going to worry with that. We're not going to worry with this because you didn't tell us anything about the lilac dog. But what do you get? So the answer is every single dog will be DD, blue. That we know for a fact. There's no argument there. Here, every dog is a chocolate carrier. That's all this dog can give out as a B, and there it is. And all this dog has a big B, there it is. So every dog's blue is a chocolate carrier. You don't have to test for it, we just know that it has to be that. No lilacs, unfortunately. You can breed these puppies back and get lilacs because they've got both colours present. I've got a 10-minute false stud. What should I be doing in preparation to studying him? So the AKC says that a dog has to be at least 7 months old to be a valid stud dog for a registrable litter. It's pretty young. So what should you do in preparation for this? Well, you need to go to your vet. You need to have somebody who knows what they're doing evaluate the dog. Let's make sure his heart's fine. Let's make sure that he's breathing fine. Let's make sure that the skeleton's fine, doesn't have knocked knees or loose patellas. Let's make sure he's got 2 testicles. And if all that's a go, and we like his structure and the way he looks, and he's not an aggressive dog, and we think he's a good example of the breed you're trying to produce, then start pulling from him. And I would pull from him starting at something around 7 months old every week and see what he produces, and have his semen evaluated. If you go to somebody like myself, I can just basically look under a microscope and tell you whether it's any good or not. But for somebody who's never done that before, that's not going to be particularly useful. You can go have a professional semen evaluation done. Probably most vets probably can do this, but basically you look for the total number of sperm that are present, the total number that are alive, the total number that have correct shaped bodies, and the total number that are swimming correctly and not going off and going in circles. So, is he a good structured dog? Does he have any health issues? Is he healthy? Does he have a good semen count? Those are the things you've got to do. And then, the other part about all this is you need to learn a little bit about helping your customers out. I mean, it's one thing to have a really nice dog, but it's something completely different to be able to collect from that dog and get a successful AI on your location or to somebody who might be 1,000 miles away. And that is another art all in itself. So that you've got to learn about too. Information on that on my website. Shipping from the UK. Okay. So shipping from the UK to shipping from America to UK is problematic. And it's because of regulations and quarantine requirements and rabies requirements in England. And I can tell you something else. I'm going to do a video on this. There's a whole issue right now since the UK has done the Brexit deal about even getting dogs out of England. So I think getting anything from England to the USA might be problematic. Getting something from the USA getting something from the USA to the UK may be problematic because of quarantine rules. Getting anything from the UK to England may be problematic because of Brexit. So you've got to have to go do your homework. I haven't done this in a long time. I have done moving dogs, and I can do a whole video on that here shortly. But the answer is you're going to have to go do your homework and find out what you've got to get done, because you don't want this thing to get held up in customs. You collected on a Thursday, it went to customs and it got held up for 5 days, ruined your whole thing. So the answer to this is it's going to be a bit problematic, and someone's got to do their homework ahead of time, otherwise you may get caught with your panties down. Exercising a pregnant dog, should I do it? Yes, you should. You've got a dog that needs to have exercise, and if has been a very active dog, then you want to put on a leash. You don't want the dog bouncing around all over the place. Remember that there are puppies developing inside her, hopefully, and you don't want to jar things loose. If you see blood spots, if you see some kind of thing going on, then crate that dog for the next 48 hours and keep her quiet. It's not uncommon to see a little bit of blood, and normally that's just a slight umbilical tear that will sort itself out. But don't get an active dog to be really active. But at the same time, don't let this dog become a slug and just sit on the couch not getting exercise. Somebody's talking about a white puppy with pigment spots. What's going on? Well, the answer is you've got a pied. So you have a pied dog. There's going to be a white background with maybe very little of the other colour on there, but that is a pied dog, and that's what you've got. What do you do after an AI? Smoke a cigar? No. Well, what do you do after an AI? So your dog is, sorry, I'm stupid. So your dog is just had an AI. What do you do with the dog? That's the question. So the answer is, before you did the AI, that dog should have been taken outside to have an opportunity to pee and poop. You don't want the dog peeing and pooping and straining directly after you've done an AI. You want that to wait for at least an hour. So after you've done the AI, I put my girls into a crate, a small crate, with a blanket over it. I want them to lay down and go to sleep. I don't want them bouncing around. I don't want them peeing and pooping. So that's the first thing, is get them in there and get them to sleep. So there's other things about what do you do after AI in terms of treatment of the animal for the next 2 months, but that's not really the question here, and we're not going to do that right now. Somebody says that their dog has a red eye glow. Well, it's a chocolate dog. So any dog, Frenchie World, Bulldog, certainly, I'm not sure about other breeds. That won't be true of other breeds, but certainly for Frenchies and English Bulldogs, if they have a red, probably Bullies too, if they have a red eye glow in a completely dark room with a video with the smartphone's light on, and you see a demonic red glow that's there pretty much in all of the video, that is a chocolate dog or a lilac dog. If you see a fleeting little flash of red combined with blues and greens, that doesn't count. And if you did a flash photography and came back and said it's got a red eye glow, that doesn't count either. It has got to be a video, and it needs to be fairly consistent. And I can tell you, on an adult that is 5 months or older, that you will see an absolute red demonic glow and you will not miss it. Okay, last one here. So this person has a blue, it's got 2 dogs. They are both blue brindles. And they want to know what happens if they breed these together. So here are the 2 dogs. But the interesting part about this is we know a bit more information, because the daddy of this was a lilac and tan. So that means that this dog right here is in fact got one copy of chocolate, because it came from a little B dog. So this dog has to be a chocolate carrier and has to be a blue and has to be at least one copy of brindle. Let's call that KB, a bit better, KBKM. This girl here has a chocolate parent. So we know it's blue, but again, this dog has to be a chocolate carrier. So that is what that, again, it's a brindle. So again, we've got the same genetics on both dogs. So that is what we know about these dogs. So now we are going to investigate, I'm going to find my wipey thing, what these dogs are going to produce. We'll get this off the board and we'll start with what we know. So, what we have here is we have two dogs that are blue chocolate carriers. We've got two dogs that are blue, and we have two dogs that have one copy. Well, we don't know that, but we're just going to assume it's got one. Most of the time, when dogs are brindle, they only have one copy most of the time. We're going to assume that that's what we've got. So what are we going to get, puppy-wise, out of this? Well, we know that every dog has to be blue. There's not any doubt about that. That is a given. So we are going to get blue dogs. And we know that we have a very good chance of getting brindle. In fact, the brindle side of this, you will get a quarter of the dogs will be 2 copies of brindle. Half the dogs will be 1 copy of brindle. And a quarter of the dogs will have no brindle at all. So, in effect, 3/4 of the dogs are going to show brindle and 1/4 won't. So, I'm just going to put that this way. We're going to cut 3/4 brindle and 1/4 not brindle. We know that. Okay. So we know that about the dogs. So that's good. Okay, on the chocolate side of things, it's kind of exactly the same as we had on the brindle side of things. We are going to get 1/4 are going to be chocolate, which makes them lilacs. And I did that wrong, 1/4. 1/2 of the dogs are going to be chocolate carriers. They will not be lilacs, they will be blues that carry chocolate. And 1/4 of the dogs will have nothing to do with chocolate at all. They'll just be straight blue dogs. There we go, that's it. Hey, thanks for watching, appreciate everybody watching my videos. If you like it, thumbs up, please subscribe to us, we'd appreciate that. If you want us to address other things we haven't talked about, go ahead and just drop us a line on that and we'll address those things. If you think we've got things wrong, then let us know, because we do make mistakes and we do correct those when we do. And hey, thanks very much for watching, and the most important thing is be nice to your doggies. Bye everybody.